Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anything I Want Soul Family. I'm here with artist G.E.S.
Yes.
G.E.S. My name is Eniola. I'm the founder of Anything I Want, and I am doing a series called Soul Family, where I basically interview fellow Christian-based artists that are walking with God fearlessly and with all of their heart, and just using their talents to proclaim God's good graces and love to the world.
Before I gave my life to Christ and totally surrendered it, and I came to the understanding that God was real in 2018, but surrendered my life in 2020. And it was in that moment that it was, well, before then, I used to do what I now know is automatic writing. And I would feel like I had to write, but didn't know what I was going to write about until I just started writing it out. And I wasn't making Christian music. I was writing things that the Lord revealed to me were actually happening in the physical, like writing out descriptions of people before I met them months later. Like it was really strange.
Wow.
And so then the Lord was showing me that it wasn't just that I had this gift of writing, but it was also a gift of hearing. And the root of everything was that He gave me uh, the ability to communicate well. And so now it went from me seeing things in the spiritual to now Him showing me different ways of how to communicate them. So a lot of my songs are based off of dreams, visions, revelations that I get that after the Lord shows me, I put it into a song. So that's where it's so diverse. Not all of the songs that I write about, I've 100% walked through totally. Sometimes the Lord may show me like a lifestyle, or I may hear a song and have a vision of the type of person that may listen to this song and then start writing about it. And so just seeing how God even transformed my writing style to be totally led by Him in such a unique way has been like a blessing. And it literally saved me from how the enemy was trying to use it.
Wow. That is really beautiful. I really love what you said, especially about the fact that some of the songs that you wrote were about things that you might not have personally gone through yourself, but that God put it in your spirit to write something edifying that will speak to someone who is.
Yeah.
And it makes me think about just the music industry in general,
Yeah.
right? In our current music industry, oftentimes a lot of the main songs are about stealing someone's man,
Yeah.
being depressed, or shooting up in the streets or something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
right? It's very rare that if there's a song that is just happy for happy's sake, right? Think of a song like Pharrell, right? That was really popular for a while, but those
Yeah.
types of songs are kind of becoming fewer and far
Yeah.
between. So I think it's interesting how the enemy uses something like creative talent to create narratives that sometimes even those people haven't gone through themselves, right?
Yeah.
People get mad at rappers for, you're singing about this and that, but you've never gone through it, but you're making money off of it. And that is how they make their millions, perhaps, right? Some rappers, not all. But then God will use a rapper for His kingdom and might have a sound that someone be like, oh, that's for the streets or whatever, but that's not for you to decide. Like, God will use whoever He wants to use, but then He will take those same connotations and turn it into something that's edifying for somebody else. And so I think it's interesting how one industry might use what you haven't experienced to bring other people down and keep them stuck in a lifestyle. But then God's way of using that industry is to use something you have not experienced, perhaps, to speak to someone who has, to get them out of that lifestyle. So I found that really beautiful and like really empowering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think like it's so interesting just looking at the power of music, because I don't think it's really processed and recognized how powerful music is. So funny enough, when I went to Howard University, and that's where I graduated from, and I signed up for an English class. That, funny enough, the professor was like, all right, welcome to the history of music.
Wow.
And I was like, what? So my entire English class in college was all based off of the history of music and how it came about and music through the generations. And something that I have recognized is music gets worse as the world gets worse. And the Bible talks about the power of the tongue and how it has the power to speak life and death.
Absolutely.
And whether it is music that is speaking death over the world, or the world that's inspiring death in the music, they go more hand in hand than I think we recognize. While just processing all of that, I realized, and God was showing me, if you don't change what you write about, the enemy can use you as a weapon of mass destruction, and you think you're just writing good songs.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying today's episode so far. A lot of work, love, and energy was poured into it. To learn more about Anything I Want, be sure to check out our website, which is at www.anythingiwant.com. There, you'll find unique wellness and faith-based creative resources to help you on your path with the Lord.